Okay, guys. So, I know it's a trash camera, but so because my upload schedule is completely ruined because of a video I was going to do, but I have to wait till the creator of the event uploads. Can't do any spoilers yet. I'll just say it has 1,000 players in it. I know that's kind of funny. So, what I was thinking is we could, well, not we, I could do a video with you guys which shows you guys how to get, because like when I learnt PvP, all the videos were like you've got that baseline PvP skill and you're just going leveling up. But I thought I'm at that baseline, maybe just above, so like Elytra Mace 90% of the time and that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd show you guys how to go from absolutely no clue how to fight. I mean, you can play Minecraft, of course, to you can probably defeat most of your friends, and then other YouTubers will take the like stuff from there. Because even though most YouTubers' videos say, well, even with no experience, you still have to have like the setup and everything, and mods and stuff. So yeah, okay, so let's start. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is open your browser. In my case, all projects. It's on my second monitor. So okay, and then want to search Modrinth. Select this, and then you want to get Modrinth app. So download. Downloads, and then you want to go and open that. Next, next, next. Then yeah. Okay, so now we've got the. I probably shouldn't show that. Anyways, so then you come up with this nice little interface, and what you want to do is select here and click on add account and sign in for your Microsoft account. So I won't go through that because I don't want to leak my email and stuff. And then, so the next thing you want to do is, I've already got my instance set up, so you want to do create a new instance. However, and then you maybe shouldn't do it, custom, and then you can select your loader, game version and stuff. But I won't show you how to do this. What I will show you to, if you go to your files, I will put in the description of this video this, ignore that, so this file. So what you want to do is double click on it, and then it will download the mod pack. In my case, I don't want to download that because I've already got it installed. And then, yes, so then you've got the thing with you. I do include free cam, but I have got that disabled. The only reason I've got that is for thumbnails and stuff. So these, it's got a lot of mods, physics mod for stuff. But these are they're just, most of them for PvP. So you want to, so at mod, in fact, you want to select game and play. Okay, so for this instance, we're using Feather Client just because it is useful. But as I said, you don't need to bother about all the app mods and stuff because, well, I've included them all. And the shades and stuff doesn't matter because that's disabled by default. Okay, so when you join, you'll be greeted with this menu. So what you want to do is, if you don't want to use Feather Client's menu, you can select here and go to original main menu. Now, because it's got essentials, you've got that. Just ignore that. So the first thing you want to do is go to options and set your FOV to something you're comfortable with. I would say 90 to 100 is good for PvP. Then controls we'll cover in a sec, but video settings, they don't have to be the best. I'd recommend maxed out, but and then also make sure you've got your GUI scale at, because 4 is just the goofiest and most annoying thing, so make sure it's set to 3. Default it'll be set to auto, so most people use 4, but if you actually want to get serious about PvP, I'd use 3 or 2. 1 is like horrible. You don't want to use that. Now, what I can't tell you how to do this, but what I will say is you've got your GUI, your VSync. So my monitor is a 60 hertz monitor. So if you want VSync, then you have screen tearing, which is basically where the lower image is different to the top higher image. It's just it's quite trippy and annoying. But even though I've got 60 hertz monitor, I've got my refresh rate max frame rate set to 70. That's because like 10 or 20 FPS over it will be fine, unnoticeable. But if you've got best have VSync turned on, or just have that. If you don't care about screen tearing, set that to unlimited, or like 100 ought to be decent. But yeah, that's mine. Then chat, you don't want it to be annoying, so you can pause the video here and copy these settings. Now under skin customization, I've got it's set up, but it doesn't really matter. And then accessibility settings, so you want your text background 0, chat text max, view bobbing off, because that's just going to move your view up and down and make your aim worse. FOV effects off, so like if you get speed, your FOV will get bigger. Now I get people like that, but if you've got high enough FOV, it will be really annoying. Damage tilt off, because you don't want your screen to tilt. Now for survival mode, view bombing on. It just gives it that nice effect. But at first it'll feel really weird, but yeah, it's good. And then yeah, the rest of that doesn't really matter. Okay, controls. So as for my keyboard and mouse, I'll put them in the description. But if I just take my camera, so here's my keyboard, and now if I put my hand in the position, yes, I'm left-handed. If you want to select like the key you want to use, so hotbar slot, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 quite easily, but 7, 8, and 9 are quite difficult to keep whilst keeping, so like that's not comfortable. So what I've done is 7, 8, 9. 7 is C, 8 is V, and 9 is B. Now, if you've got a big hand, or just find it easier, then that's not a problem. But for me, that is quite annoying. And the mod pack includes zoom, so on the side of my mouse, I've got the back mouse button set to change my so that's set to what usually would be F5. And the front one is set to zoom, so you can zoom into people. And then I'm not going to try that command. So now then, let's get to the actual fighting part. So we'll use my main club for this specific circumstance. So now feather settings. So this won't be default, but if you press shift, so not left shift, so not this shift, you want to, I don't know, I've got my leg up here, but press this shift, so just below enter. And once you've done that, it ought to go to this menu. So here you want to go to feather settings, and then you've got all these different options. Now most of these don't really matter, purely because what I will do, you can tweak them and stuff, but for me, what you can do is if you go to mod profiles, then here, I'll just do share. If you go to import profile, so here, so share and then import, and then you can put this in, select the name, download profile. You need to put a name, and then yeah, download profile, and then it will give you the option. So basically, you have the armor stats, potion effects, boss bar. You can have the server info if you like that. If you go to settings and somewhere it says what is it? Scoreboard. So that'll give you the little thing on the side, but I have that off. And then so yeah, so if we just start a round of mace, you can see on the right we've got armor, and then yeah, also you can have hitboxes on and off, F3B. Here you've got totems. Now we need to cover the more basic stuff. So basically, okay, stop saying basically. You've got 3 types of attacks. Well, 2 actually. 3. So there's the sweeping edge attack. Let me just go into a single player world. There's the sprint, which does more knockback. Sweep, which does damage to everything around it. And then there's the crit, which does 50% more damage. So, so basically, if you're doing a crit, crits tend to be more effective if a person's still. So, if, say the person's AFK and you're playing on a server and you want to kill them, don't do that. That's just not very nice to them, but you want to. And then, say you're doing a fight, you want to be hitting them. So, sprint hit, stop, sprint hit, so and then sweep hits. But if you're not that good at PvP, what I'd do is start, sprint hit, and then crit. You won't always get guaranteed, so if you... So what you can do is tap... wait, I'll show you my keystrokes. So what you can do is you can tap at W and sprint. Hit, let go. Hit, let go. Hit, let go. So you're constantly getting a hit on them. Now that's called a combo. Because obviously this person's not fighting back, but yeah. And then there's also something known as S-tapping. Basically what you can do is if you hit them, then step back, hit them, step back, hit them, step back. So as you see, I sprint up to them, hit, and then tap S. So that's S tapping. So if you look at my keystroke, now that'll be used if you're really low. Now it doesn't really matter if it's a sweep hit or not. And then there's of course the most annoying type of PvP, which is crit spam. So crit spam is basically where you're just going. Now that's a bad idea because their view range will stay at the same level. So they've always got your view. However, you've got a way shorter distance of view range than them. Now that's not really a problem in creative, but in survival it is. I would put myself into survival, but these guys are just going to... Yeah. Right. Peaceful. Okay, so, yeah, so, like, if you're attacking them, look, you can see it hits out, goes out of my range, which is annoying. And then, so basically, the ideal thing would be you're doing like this. So you're holding space, and then, this isn't far from ideal, but, I know I said it's ideal, but, like, you want to kind of, if you're a beginner or the other person's just really bad, you want to kind of hit them like that. Now, obviously, it's different because they will be trying to run towards you, but as you can see, what I basically just hold down W and then swap from these two, so like that. I mean, you can just do it like, also make sure it's not like regular like this. Make sure it's always uneven, so like that, like that. So, yeah. And then you can also quick spam. So, let's go on to Mindman and put that into practice in Sword. Oh, we also do keybinds first. So, controls, keybinds. So, you also want to make sure sprint, both of them are set to hold, but I find it easier, but then you can tweak that to your preference. As I said, keybinds are your preference. But the only real keybinds which you should change are hotbar slots. So up to 6, you can have normal. This is just for me, which I find easier, and then CVB here. If we do a round of sword, so I usually crit spam purely because it gives me a bit of an advantage. You can see, yeah, this guy's crit spamming. As I said, only really crit spamming is really not very nice, so I have no chance on this guy. Yeah, he's crit spamming. So if I crit spam, it's annoying, but kind of necessary sometimes. Yeah, I know I'm trash, but that's because I don't really do shoot with sword. Yeah. But yeah, that basically gives you the idea. So, yeah, if you're not that good, crit spam. And usually people just crit spam because they are just annoying. And then, so, the next thing we will do is spear. So if I just put myself into creative. So if we grab spear, I'll grab a netherite one because it just lasts longer. So basically, there's 2, and also grab a saddle because, yeah. I'll take a wood spear actually, because it does less damage. Okay, now I'll just tame this horse. There we go. What the hell is that? Okay. Anyways, so with the spear, there are 2 attacks. So there's the jab attack, which is like this. Now, interestingly, if you get a this is a good comparison. If you get, so look how quickly I can jab with that. Also, if you're using a jab attack with a spear, you can just spam click because and then that's the lunge or jab attack, I think, yeah. And then there's the jab attack, which is basically you right click and the spear will go down. So because the netherite spear is obviously heavier, it'll go down. And then that's twists. And then yeah. But the stone one's obviously lighter, so it'll last a lot longer. Also, the spear's got 4 block range. So basically, with a spear, you have jab attack if you're on the ground, but lunge attack if you're... So, if I just take this horse, for example, it doesn't kill it. However, if I find another horse and use this attack, because I'm going quickly, it'll kill it. It's a lot easier. So, basically, the faster you're going. So, if I was going with a Elytra, it'll kill the horse a lot easier. So that's basically a spear. So let's put that into practice. Also, you need to be on the latest version to be able to use spear. So basically, I right click to jab, and then firework. And then, yeah, don't forget it's got 4 block range, so you can do it a lot more effectively. So, yeah, I missed. So I'm not the best. Yeah, there you go. So you just want to yeah, that's easy. So the spear, once you've mastered it, it's like 10 minutes to master. So if you can electrify, which I'm assuming you can, I'm not going to teach you how to electrify at that point. I feel like you're hopeless. Sorry, it's just so basically it's quite easy. It really does depend on who you're fighting. There's not much else to it. So it's just go fast. And stab people. So you can just, yeah, it's really easy. And then I can also, there's lunge, so that if it drains your hunger, but if you click, you get lunge forward like this. It's really cool. But you have to have a lunge enchantment, and as you can see, it quite quickly drains my hunger. Now, trust me, I'm not just doing. I don't know how I'm winning all these. So that's a dual totem pop, so you can pop 2 totems at once if you. And you might, and also with a spear, if you ever think someone's got reach, they probably don't. It's just that the spear's got a way further reach than most conventional weapons, which you'll be used to. Okay. So the next method is I'm going to show you. I'm not going to cover crystal because I'm crap at it. But next thing I'm going to cover is probably axe. So basically, all that there is to axe is it has a slower cooldown and it doesn't have sweep attacks. And I'm crap at axe. And now, if you're in an axe fight, I would always use my sword, but that's just me. Yeah. So, next thing we'll do is UHC. So if we've got, so basically in UHC it's got very simple setup, and you've got to just kill people. It's basically a mixture of most things. Also, you can do this, which is block spamming. So basically, if you're really low, you can do that. Yeah, but you don't let your goofy eyes that username, man. Yeah, I'm crap at UHC as well, but that's probably mainly because I don't practice it. But damn. So don't forget, there's no pearls whatsoever. So each life is permanent. Okay, GG's. So I'm low, so I'm going to do this. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's quite an interesting mod. I'm bad at it. Next thing's bridge. So bridge is basically, you just got to get into the enemy's pit. Really simple. And you just block spam. Basically, yeah. That's it. by far the simplest of game modes. Yeah, you can just bypass and all that stuff. That's, yeah. I'm bad at bridge. But, yeah, we'll cover Mace in a sec. Mace, I'm not trash at. But, as I said, I'm not the best PvP. I'm just doing this video. A, to get views. B, help out some PvP. Some guys who try and want to get good at PvP. I will warn you. You will have high expectations. You will fail those expectations. And you will cry and be very sad. Okay, yeah. There's not much to bridge. Just as long as you can spam click and are decent at sword, bridge is quite a simple game mode. But yeah, I'm not the best at that, but it's just this video is mainly there to just help you. Oh, and another thing is this is pearl fight. Basically, you just get a stick and a pearl, and you gotta just knock people off. But you take 0 damage. It's just, yeah, purely based off of hitting people off. That's the only way to kill people. Also, don't forget people have spawn protection. What the hell is this guy doing? Also, don't spam click. In case you're coming from Bedrock, in case you haven't realised already, there's a cooldown. So, say I take, let me just do a good example. So, summon a mannequin there and a summon a mannequin there. So, I'm going to hit one of these ones with just spamming. "15 hits it took there to kill him. This is what happens if I hit them with cooled hits. 6 hits. So yeah, it's a lot better to do it slowly. Also, if you're using a wooden spear, just note it takes a lot longer for it to drop down versus the quick time a Netherite spear takes. And I think that is almost everything we need to cover. Let me just think. Let me know if you are someone playing Minecraft who wants to learn some PvP. Drop a comment. If you want, I can do some coaching for you. If you think I'm crap at Minecraft and really hate the video, uh, drop a comment. I can 1v1 you. Um, yeah. Um, basically, if you just want to fight me or me to teach you, yeah. And drop a comment, say your username, and I will send you reply to that comment, give you a time or something. Yeah, we'll take it from there. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.